Big Head Live.
We are the big head crew. We have really big craniums. What's going on, everybody? I have an announcement to make. Very big announcement to make. Not
Uh-oh.
what's happening at the NBA, but something that's with my life and what I need to do to better myself. Pedro,
Oh,
you know, usually, or at least the last couple of times, I've been talking to you about my health, trying to get a little slimmer because summer
right,
is
right,
around the corner.
right.
Got until at least like another month or two before I go to the beach, and I can't be having a gut. Like I really don't want to have one. So we talked about eating late nights because that's what I do. I'm the munchies guy,
Yep,
right? You
yep.
force me to stay up like as you do Monday and Wednesdays,
True,
and
true.
then I go in the fridge and I'm eating cereal. I'm eating another portion of dinner. I am eating whatever. I am a raccoon and I'm just grabbing things.
I
Sometimes
mean,
I'll leave.
Hannibal's hungry. I mean,
Yes,
the
I
name
follow it.
fits.
Yeah,
The name fits.
there's times I have left the house to get pizza at
Yeah.
12. Yeah,
Who doesn't like pizza? I mean, it's the best
I
thing.
love pizza. The point is, I don't want to. I want to have a nice slim. I'm not trying to have a six pack or anything, but I got to get my stuff together. So one of the main things I'm going to do, I promise myself, for at least the next couple of weeks, and this is probably going to be a long term thing. I am going to stop eating after like 8, at least at 8 o'clock. That's it. No more food.
Nice.
Probably 7, but usually we eat a little later. But so
Yeah.
8 o'clock, that's it. No more food. I tried this yesterday.
Hmm.
It was fucking annoying. It was so bad.
You got bored, didn't you? You get
It's not
you
about.
like
I'm hungry. I was like,
yeah.
and I kept drinking water. It was the worst. That's why people stay fat. Why bother to lose weight? Like, why? What's the point?
Let's see. Let me go down. I'm not a doctor. Disclaimer. I'm not a medical professional, but there's a
You're
lot
not one,
of
so I don't have to
right.
listen.
A lot of cardiovascular benefits, health benefits, just mentally and physically,
Yeah,
longevity of life. I mean, I can go
supposedly.
on and on. I mean, you feel better, you look better, you look
I
better, you
live. I
feel
live in New
better.
York City,
So
and the life expectancy is not high anyway. I might as well enjoy it by having a nice, delicious pizza at 1 o'clock in the morning because I know a spot that
yeah,
opens
yeah,
all night, and I
yeah.
eat it, and then you go and use the bathroom all morning because
Mm-hmm.
it destroys
Mm-hmm.
your stomach. So
Yep.
it's gonna be a tough thing, but I want to do that. Lose a little bit of weight. I'm thinking I want to lose about 10-15 pounds. Just get
And
some of that.
that's a realistic goal, but I
Yeah,
think it's good for you to start by not eating late at night. And if you couple that with just a little bit of push-ups and a little bit of this or a little cardio here or there,
yeah,
some people, the fasting works for some people where you're eating once a day, and that works for some people as well. So you got to
yeah.
find what works. You got to look. This is what I want you to do because you're a smart dude and you research stuff. I know that about you, right? You're exact opposite of me, right? I don't research anything. You research everything. Look into your macros. I want you to do a little bit of research into what your macros, macros is basically like how much carbs you should have, fat, sugar, calories per day.
Yeah.
Look into that number, and that will could change. That could help you significantly because if you're just trying to lose 10 or 15 pounds, that's going to be the way to go. That's my opinion. Look into it. Do a little research on
Yeah.
macros,
Yeah.
macros, and I think that could be beneficial for you.
Do you think I can still include honey buns in my diet?
No,
Because I'm a big okay, because I'm a really big fan of those. They're so good.
honey buns are okay. Have you ever had a honey bun sandwich?
I would try it. Never
Like you
had it.
cut the honey bun in half and you put
Yeah.
in some sandwich stuff or like a PBJ or like whatever. Like,
I, I
yeah,
would. I mean, I wouldn't knock it. I haven't tried it. I don't go too crazy with like certain things, but I wouldn't mind that. I mean, no one ever presented that idea. I tell you, technology, man, just is amazing. John Billings is in the house. What's going on, man?
what's up,
Appreciate you.
John?
He has
Yeah, yeah,
a YouTube channel. Pedro had 3 lives today. Yeah, so
bro. Yeah. Hold on, who
all right.
said it? Did somebody say that?
Yeah, John Billings.
Pedro said 3. John, shout
Okay.
out to John. Bro, I've
So
been hard at work, bro. Hard at work today.
I
Grinding.
I showed my chick the beginning of your live.
Oh no, hold on. Read this comment that John just put in. Read it. Read it.
Which
Read
one?
it.
Which one?
Read
So
it.
Salt Lake City?
Read it. No, the newest one.
Oh, mayo is best with sandwich. Okay,
Facts.
no, mayo's not best with anything.
John just became a new favorite person on YouTube for today. Shout out to John. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Hannibal. I had to interrupt you when I saw that comment and the mayonnaise and
Yeah,
your name next to it.
not my just
All right.
just the taste in my mouth. I got spit somewhere. But anyway,
Okay, so
I
good.
showed my
Carla,
girl.
yeah, we're good about
Yeah, I showed my girl at the beginning of your life, and it's funny now when you can laugh at something. Like during the time it wasn't funny. Well, it was kind of funny, but like when you look back, it's just funny because you were laughing even right after it,
Oh
and
yeah.
she laughed the entire time. I think because she probably seen me flip out like that, like get.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We have no patience.
No, zero.
We
I
have
have zero. My
no
patience on a scale of 1 to 10 is zero.
zero.
Zero patience.
So, but
Yeah.
that's why we have a good team. We help each other out. So Pedro had a little bit of technical difficulties. He didn't know how to go from a landscape to portrait on his iPhone,
No
but
idea.
now he knows.
Now I know. I
Now
had
he
no
knows.
idea. I knew about swiping down because that's how I get to my flashlight on my phone,
Yes.
right?
Right.
But I had no idea you could go over a little bit and it would open up a whole new world of possibilities.
Look at that,
Listen,
bro.
I'm old. I'm 41. I mean, I just don't know. Listen, I should know that, but I don't know it. But
Yeah.
shout out to my boy Hannibal. Listen, this is beyond the podcast, man. I was like, Hannibal came to my rescue today because I had a plan. Today I did 2 lives. I made 1 short. I recorded 1 video, and then we're live tonight. I've done 5 things on YouTube. I'm a maniac.
You're a maniac.
I'm a maniac. But it's been a good day, so yeah, I'm here.
And that's what people love about you. Like, because I would have like, oh, I'm gonna cut this shit out after this is done. And I know you're not gonna cut it out. You're gonna leave it right where it was. I
Oh
think
no,
that's what
yeah, I
works,
thought
man.
about that, but I think I'm gonna leave it because that's just it is what it is. It's part of
Yeah.
my day. I'm That's how I am on that channel. So I think I'm gonna leave it, and people will recognize the length of the live, and they'll look, okay, well, it can't be like this all the time. Or people are smart; they'll just scroll and get
Just
to the good.
go.
Yeah, it's
Just
fine,
go.
but I'm leaving it because that's my day, and that's how I do it. So
I feel you, man. Hector, I hope you feel better, man. I just wanted to read it
yeah,
because I know he's a big Knicks fan. He got into a car accident, waiting for a red light. A 96-year-old man hit me from the back,
damn.
destroyed my car. Sorry, man. That sucks. Well, I mean, I've been hit from behind twice. It's not a good time at all because it's like, what the hell's happened? Like, just
Yeah.
bad luck, man. But hopefully, you get your stuff together as always, man. But
Knicks won, so at least that's good.
yeah, you got
Big
something. The
Knicks
Knicks
fan.
are advanced, and we're gonna be breaking that down too. But first, I guess I'm already gonna break my fast. I said because I'm gonna be drinking something.
Oh, I have something too. Hold on.
That's
Ready?
carbs.
Is this a new thing we're gonna do here?
I think so.
Because I literally went to the store just for this. This isn't planned. This is just.
Yeah, we don't plan it. So I went with something that. So I don't get the paper bag. I get black plastic bag. But I went with something that gotta be tastes better because I had this before, or at least something like this. Natty's. Wait, come on.
Is that a
Yeah,
nat-
but it's Natty Daddy. So I don't know what a Natty Daddy is.
Bro, is that a natural light? That's a
But
nat-
I've drank natties before, natural light.
Okay.
They're fine.
Okay,
So
I got
I'll see
something
how.
a little bit better. I upscaled today. Okay, because you're always giving me shit. I drink all this girly drinks. You want a seltzer, Pedro? Like, you got a cranberry cocktail? Like,
I don't want to drink
so-
that shit too.
I know. So I got something that looked really cool. I've had this brand, never had this particular beer, but the bottle looked dope.
Okay.
For the can. So I got
Ooh.
a Voodoo Ranger IPA. And I don't like
Okay.
IPAs, but this one is a juice force. So I think it's a hazy Imperial IPA, 9.5%.
Okay. So
I think I could drink this. I think I could drink. I can get through one of these. This is better than the Old English that we had last couple weeks ago. So.
IPA, it may be discouraging taste though, because I know that was something that used to be a big deal. Wasn't that used to be a big deal like 10 years ago? Like when they first started.
There's still a big deal, but
it's still a big deal.
It blew up 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, like and a lot of those like pumpkin beers, like all those seasonal stuff. I wonder if that's still a big deal. But like you said, it was. We've been talking about some beers too with the whole Bud Light situation. Actually, I was going to buy a
we're
Bud
gonna
Light.
get into that. It's gonna get saucy.
It was tons of Bud Lights still there. I don't think the people in this neighborhood give a damn. They'll buy
no,
they still don't care.
Not where you're at. No,
but where you want to go? You want to go talk about basketball, Bud Light? Where you want to jump to?
Let's get into the
basketball. Charlamagne, what do you want to do?
Let's get into the basketball. Get to Charlamagne. Let's save the Bud Light for the end. We'll get the saucy stuff. So if you want to stick around, just wait for that.
Gotcha. So, blam. So New York Knicks beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 4-1 Game 5. My good friend, she said Game 5, like they lost, and she was like, "They're gonna win in 5 games." I'm like, "No, you want to bet?" And she was like, "No." But she said Game 5, and the funny thing, they won in 5. That's very impressive,
dude.
For the Knicks to win in 5.
4-1 versus the Cavs. Cavs was a good team.
Very
Cavs
good.
Had a really good year, so I'm impressed. I gotta say, I'm impressed. And I don't know who they slate to play next.
I think it hasn't been decided yet.
Well, it
I
clearly
think.
hasn't been decided, but I feel
Yeah.
like this is good for them. If the Miami Heat can get past the Bucks, which which at this point is likely,
Yeah, because
and Celtics just lost the other night. Trey Young hit. I mean, the Knicks, man. I don't know what to say. I don't know.
yeah, I even told all the Knicks fans, or at least me being Knicks fans, like slow down. Like it's good to see how far they go.
Mm.
Trey Young kept kept their playoff hopes alive. What do you think about Trey Young? Because I know they are rumored to trade him. They're looking to get rid of him. What do you think they should do with him? Should they get rid of him? Should they keep him? I know he's not happy there. I think he's been a bit of a cantankerous player. He doesn't, obviously he's tired of losing. They went through several head coaches with him. I forgot who was it? Nate McMillan played coach for
Nate
them, and he's a
McMillan
good
was the
coach.
coach. Yeah, now they got Quinn Snyder, I think.
And he's a coach for Utah,
He
right?
was, yeah.
So what do
He
you think?
coached,
If you was running the team, would you keep Trey Young? Was he 5'3"? You
it doesn't
shoot the
matter.
lights out.
Listen, I think if you look at his numbers, he's a good basketball player. Okay, he's on the surface, I would want to keep him. He's a superstar. He's a good player, but if he's doesn't want to be there, you don't want to keep a star that doesn't want to be there because it does not work out.
Mhm.
So I'm sure you can get something for him, but he's a good player. I mean, he's in Atlanta. Atlanta's not a free agent spot. People aren't going to Atlanta. They got the DeJounte Murray kid. He went there this past year. He's a good player from the Spurs. But like Trey Young, I would want to keep him because of his talent, and he's still very young. But if he doesn't want to be there, you got to try to get the
But what can
most
you
for him.
what can you get, and who's willing to give up a lot for him? Where you already got the attitude, which again I think you're right. It could be just the position and where he is and how the organization is built. He can shoot, he can pass. You could consider he a bit of a defensive liability. Because he's very small. What would you give up for him? Like, I don't know what team. I'm looking at the teams. Like, I don't know all these playoff teams that are looking to make a change. Like, who would give up what for him? Like, I don't know. So
it would depend. It would have to be a right fit. But he's a good player. He won that game for them last night.
Oh yeah, of course.
He's done that many times. I mean, the Knicks. He owns the Knicks.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, that's one team. But I'm saying he's a good basketball player. He's a shooter.
Yeah.
His first few years statistically were better than Stephen Curry's.
He shot that three at the end. From how far was he on the other side of the court? Like
no,
he was
past half court.
But he was
yeah.
It's like Damon Lillard.
It's bad defense. You got to get the ball out of his hands because that's what he's going to do. So the Celtics played that horribly, in my opinion.
I would say that, but they're a good, traditionally a good defensive team. Sometimes you don't think this guy's going to do that, which is bad because that's what he does. Because you think, I got to man up and be in his face as soon as he gets from the half court, get into his face because he may launch this thing and it may go in. Because that's what Paul George was guarding Damon. He was like, he's not gonna shoot it from here.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, watch me. So I guess the current state of the NBA. They're gonna launch that from anywhere. I don't know. Like Trey Young is like you said, he can score 30 anytime. He can give you 8-9 assists a game.
Oh yeah.
It's just he's a bit of in a weird spot. So going back to the Knicks are waiting for the Bucks and Heat matchup. Hopefully, I mean, they would love to go for 7 games, let them beat each other up, and then they'll meet in there.
Yeah.
And it's possible, if the Bucks somehow pass this, they're not, the Knicks ain't beating the Bucks. The Heat, who knows?
Who knows?
The Heat may still go to the finals, but who knows? That I would love the Heat to be there. Traditional Knicks Heat. Oh, I hate it. I used to hate the Miami Heat with the Lonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway. What's the other guy? Was PJ Brown was on that team?
PJ Brown.
I think he threw my boy Charlie Ward in the ground and pile drived him. Who else was there? Was super annoying. I forgot. I'm trying to think of names.
Vashawn Leonard played on that team. They had another guy that was PJ Brown. Had another bigger guy that was kind of crazy.
There's a few that was annoying.
Yeah,
I couldn't stand Lonzo Mourning because he wanted, he tried to fight my boy Larry Johnson, and then Jeff Van Gundy slid all the way down to the dude's leg.
When they played together, remember LJ and Lon? They played together in Charlotte.
Yeah, I thought they were cool. They probably
Yeah,
were.
well,
It's about competition, but that would be a old school. I mean, no one, none of them care as much, but that would be kind of cool if Knicks Heat because there's a lot of history with that team. Um, you know,
listen, the Heat, the Knicks are in a good spot if because I think it could go 7 games with the Bucks, and I can see the Bucks. I mean, I really feel like the Bucks are going to win Game 5 in Milwaukee, right? Or
yeah,
Game 5 in Milwaukee. That's a L. I mean, or W for them. So then the pressure goes back to the Heat to win Game 6, but they're in Miami. You don't want to go back Game 7 at Milwaukee, so that can
yeah,
definitely go 7. And the Knicks are resting; they're scouting.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, the Knicks are listen. Let's not get too excited, but the Knicks are one. They're 4 more wins away from the Eastern Conference Finals. That's crazy.
No one could have foreseen that. No one
I
could
mean,
say. No one could say that they thought this was going to happen. We saw it. No, no, nope.
yeah,
We no one knew, and I know Randall. I think he sprained his ankle, so he definitely needs some time. Randall, I'm not a big fan of Randall. His attitude when things don't go his way, he's pouty. He didn't like the fact that he got subbed out of the game
mm.
on the last game, even though they won. Like it just a little bit. He got like one of those like DeMarcus Cousins like angry face all the damn time. Like yo, smile, dude. You're in the NBA. Got a nice
Yeah,
kid,
but he's a
nice
good
wife.
he's a
Calm
good
down.
player.
He's
He's
a
a
good
good player.
player.
I mean, he's helping
Just
that team win. I
yeah,
mean,
just make him go right, and then the whole thing falls
the whole
apart.
thing
But
falls apart. Yeah, good point.
no, he's a good player. He's done enough. He was here during the dark ages, holding it down. So, and he got the 76ers waiting for the winner of the Celtics Hawks. Obviously,
Yeah,
Boston probably going to do that,
right.
and I think the Celtics probably going to take down the 76ers. So yeah,
Well,
it's
and
it's
Lakers lost today to Memphis, so Memphis won. They needed to win.
yeah.
So back to LA for Game 6. Lakers could close it out. I think they will, but it's some good basketball series, man. I mean, it's Nuggets advanced. They beat the Minnesota Timberwolves. The guy
Yep.
Anthony Edwards had missed a shot at the end, runs off the court, throws a chair at 2 women,
Yeah.
and now he's got assault charges. So he's got a court date. Like the NBA is crazy, and I love it.
Yeah, that was not a good move from him.
No,
Hopefully
it wasn't.
he'll figure that out and maybe write a check or two or something like that. You can't do that. I mean, obviously he's a great player. I like Anthony Edwards, like his attitude, but immature, can't do that. So I'm sure he'll get some kind of some punishment for doing that. Can't be throwing
Mhm.
stuff around, man. Like, come
No,
on.
he's gonna get fined or he'll do something's gonna happen. But it is what it is. He's rich. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine. And then they got the Kings Warriors. We'll see what goes on with that one. So yeah, this is some battles going on. So I'm
Yeah.
excited. Knicks fans are excited. It's been a long, long time since Knicks played substantial basketball at this
Yep.
time of the year. It's been decades. Like
Hmm.
back in the 90s when before you guys were around. Well, Pedro, you were here.
I was here. Thanks.
We were consistently in the playoffs every single
Yeah.
year.
And getting
Now, did
beat
we
every
get
year.
beat? Yeah, fair enough. But at least we were there.
They made the finals. They made the finals.
We're in the final
Yeah.
at least once. I
Twice. No,
remember.
you lost to the Rockets one year, and you lost
Yeah, that
to
was
the Spurs one year. So
95, 90. Yeah, Jordan wasn't there,
yeah,
obviously. And then 99,
yeah.
the Spurs during the
Hmm.
lockout season. So, are they going to make it to the finals?
No,
Probably not.
no.
But I think you said if they did, you'd be wearing a what? I forgot. You said you'll wear some kind of jersey or something.
I mean, I'll put a brunt. No, Derrick Rose.
Derrick
I'll put
Rose.
a Derrick. I will go and buy I will purchase a Derrick Rose New York Knicks jersey, and I will wear it.
You would look
proudly.
so weird. And people gonna be giving you looks. It's like why
I'm
you don't
fine
have
with
the why you don't have the Bulls one? And you just gotta
Don't care.
say
It's fine. It's fine. I like Derrick Rose, so I'm good with it. I can do that.
fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you, John. Thank you. Appreciate it. But we're gonna try to get this channel to the level of at least
Yeah, so
Pedro's. We just gotta
share,
make that
hit the
money.
thumbs up, subscribe if you're not, all that good stuff. We got to get to
Yeah.
1K over here.
I
Yeah.
want to get out this basement, so help us out. I want to go to the penthouse, not the basement. This basement is pretty cool though. Anything else? Is any games playing right now? I know we just saw.
I don't. You know what? I looked. I saw the Lakers lost. There's got to be a game tonight. Is it the Kings and the whatchamacallit? Hold on.
Yeah, that's the problem with
Oh, right now, yeah,
Kings,
Kings are playing. The Kings are up by 3 first quarter. So the Warriors and the Kings are playing tonight. This is it's a tied series 2-2. This is a game 5 when the series is tied 2-2.
Yeah.
Most of the time, the team that wins game 5 goes on to win the series. So this is a pivotal game in Sacramento. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll definitely see how that goes. And then Miami Heat and
Oh,
the
and the
Bucks are
Bucks are
playing
playing.
too.
Yep. Hmm.
Bucks are winning by 4 right now. This is second quarter.
Yeah,
We all kind of think that the Bucks probably should win this one.
I would think. I'll
Just
be
by pure
surprised if they don't.
will. Yeah, like you can't go out like that. Not 8 seed losing 5. That'd be
No.
kind of embarrassing. Lose by in the 6 games. It is what it is. The excuse is Giannis got hurt.
Yeah.
If Giannis didn't get hurt, but that's the nature of the beast. So, they'll be fine. Let's see. Is any actually there was I was trying to say, oh yeah, there's a new Rockets head coach, Ime Udoka. We
I saw that.
got there. He's finally got back. He got a job because it looked clearly that the Celtics are good enough and they like their new coach. Why change anything? Let's just keep it there. And also, Ime likes to F people's wives.
Yeah.
Let's just move past it. What do you think in terms of the Rockets? Now, they have some decent players. I think they had a couple of. I forgot that
Jalen Green.
They got some decent players. What do you think he can?
Porter. I don't think they're super young and not ready. So, but they might get somebody, free agent maybe, but they're young, man. So he just needed a job. He got a job.
I'm happy he got a job.
Yeah, I think he deserved a second shot.
Lost his woman.
Yeah, lost his.
Give him a job. Man.
Give him a job. Give him a job. I mean, listen,
lost Nia Long, man.
We're horny old guys, and he was horny, and he did what he did. But it doesn't mean he can't be employed, okay? Because we're all horny. So, you should be able to hold a job down. So I'm glad he got a job. No way he's going back to Boston. So what, you're going to suspend the guy a year, and then he comes back? Absolutely not. So you knew he wasn't going back there. So,
but then he could have coached the Nets. Like, if you didn't fire him from the beginning. Like, if you remember there was kind of like a limbo. They were kind of deciding, okay, they did suspend him, but then he had the opportunity to interview for the Nets. But I felt like something went wrong, and then the Nets just kept.
Can you imagine? Let's say he goes there and he has a good rapport with Durant.
It's possible he would have stayed.
You know what I'm saying? And then let's say he's with the Nets, and then those guys don't leave because of him.
It's possible.
It's a whole trajectory of things happen because of that. Him not going there. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, because from all the reports, people love him. They love playing for him. Mm-hmm. Obviously, he knows exactly how to play. He knows how the players play. he understands about having groupies and getting into extramarital affairs.
But he's the expert. Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what he does with the Rockets. Like I said, the young team, they're not expected to do much. But we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Let's see. We want to discuss now what we want to break into now. You want to go into the hippie hop, or you want to go to the Bud Light stuff?
Let's go into the hip hop because I want to talk about the MGK. Nova asked if I listened to some songs.
Oh yes,
I did.
Awesome.
So that can go into the modern hip hop. Charlamagne, what he's got going on. We could delve into that.
So I'm not the biggest Charlamagne fan, but what he said is not something that I didn't hear before. Many people are saying that the current state of rap is fine. This is stuff what the kids are listening to. Stop complaining, old man. I've seen that many, many times. People saying hip hop is in a great space right now. I mean, these men are making more money than ever before. Can't dispute that. And they are more talented than their predecessors. And we just gotta calm down or just listen to our old stuff and shut up. So let me pop the article from Charlamagne. He was in another podcast. And he says that, actually, let me check and see if you see it too. Okay. He says, I think hip hop is in a great place. I think people that don't like hip hop now are just mad. That is not what it used to be. They're stuck in an era. I love all of these new dudes. My favorite dude is Kodak Black right now.
Oh my God.
I love La Russell. I'm not familiar with La Russell. I love Simba. I think I've heard of him. I love Rhapsody. She's amazing. Great rapper. And I love fucking 21 Savage. This is a quote. And then DJ Envy chimes in. I love it not only for that musically, the music is great. I love the fact that these brothers get money. They're keeping themselves out of the hood, and they're shut up, DJ. That's not the point we're talking about.
DJ Envy's so soft.
Yeah, he's soft. He's soft.
At least the Charlamagne stand, like he'll say some things that are like sideways, but I'm fine with that because maybe that's just how he thinks. He's not afraid. DJ Envy's like the buffer between everything,
Yeah, which is fine. Everyone has their own place. The Breakfast Club, without Charlamagne, that show died 10 years ago. Like
Yeah.
it's Charlamagne saying ridiculous things, almost getting beat up. That's the reason why that show goes on.
Absolutely correct. Yep, because he'll say
Um,
something crazy and it'll become a viral YouTube or viral this, and he's like
yeah,
talking, having a back and forth with the guest. That's all that show is really known for.
there's
His
at
back and
least
forth with
three
the
or
guest.
four rappers that probably almost beat him up. I
Yeah.
remember a conversation he had with Beanie Siegel. Beanie
Beanie
Siegel basically
Siegel,
was just about, it was pressing him, and he
Bird
backed down.
Birdman.
Yeah.
There's been several. Yeah.
Apparently he was talking about him got into it with Busta Rhymes. So that's his shtick. There's another rapper, DDG, went on Twitter saying today's rappers are 10 times better than the rappers back in the day. I respect the older generation hip hop, but this generation creativity is on another level for real. Hip hop has never been number one genre until now. I think it's been number one for a while.
Mm, mm,
Yeah.
mm. I
And
think I
then
have an unpopular opinion on what I'm
yeah,
saying. What I'm seeing here.
but then this dude says he doubled down. He says when a critic mentioned no one can compare to the reign of Biggie Smalls and Tupac, he said on some real shit, when the last time you listened to either in the car, be truthful. Me personally, last week. I
Oh, yeah.
listened to
See, you can't see. We're gonna have a skewed opinion on this a little bit, but
oh
I don't think he's all the way wrong. I'll say this: I think there are a lot of young, talented people making hip hop music. They're talented. They push in the scope and of possibility. You know, they really are, right? Whether it's creativity, like with the creativity, right? There's still some good lyricists out there, right? But the problem with the current hip hop is there's a lot of characters, and there's always been characters. We've had Flavor Flav and Bushwick Bill, and like we in hip hop, Slick Rick was great, but kind of a character, got a
right.
patch and shit. Like we've
Yeah.
always had the characters, right? But now it's like you could be untalented and be a character and blow up. Now I'm happy that these guys are making money in the age of social media and all these sponsorships and this and that, and the money is just crazy. Tupac and Biggie never made the money these guys are making now, right? And those were the two hip hop gods, right?
Yeah.
But I think that if you look at, we've done breakdowns of, hey, let's the best 80s, the best 90s, to new thousands. We've done the eras here, right?
Yeah.
Who we like, who we don't like. So if you go back far to beginning, we kind of clown those guys a little bit. It's a little corny, it's a little weird. Like some of it I don't like personally.
You don't like him.
I don't. Yes, me. That's what I said. It's a little corny. It's a little weird. I don't. It's not the style I like. So I'm not surprised that some of this young generation. So we'll say a 16-year-old kid to like a 26-year-old kid, right? They
Right.
might look at some of the stuff that me and Hannibal like, and look at that as corny. Like, what? Really? Biggie ain't the best. I like Juice World. I like Tyler the Creator. I like 21 Savage. He's better than Biggie, better than Tupac, better than Nas. Nas is an old man. Like these young kids just have a different preference. So I understand that, but the golden era is the 90s in hip hop, in my opinion. And I think the classic albums that came out of the 90s and early 2000s, right? There's not classics being performed right now. It's just a lot of little one hit wonders, in my opinion. So I think Charlamagne isn't wrong completely. But overall, if you look at CDs, albums, and people don't do albums and CDs, they can do one thing, right? One song, right? Or one feature. But if you look at
Yeah.
the albums from the golden era, what I consider the golden era, and the albums now, it's not even close. That's what I would say.
I mean, I'm trying to, and I'm one of the few, or not one of the few. I'm happy that there's Spotify, Apple Music, because I probably would not try to even attempt to listen to new music, because it's just after a certain age, it happens to everyone. You stop listening to new music around like the late 20s. You know what you like, and you stay with that forever. I would say that hip hop has took a little bit of a step back from, yes, gangster rap in the 90s was a big deal and it made a lot of money, but it was a lot of talented people putting in a lot of effort in gangster rap, right? Talented people who were able to have the lyrics that make sense. You understand what they're saying. I think the mumble rap kind of threw everything out of the, like, this is stupid. This is
We went
bad.
back several years when that
Yes,
came out, and the
exactly,
SoundCloud rappers and this, and it was just like,
exactly.
what is happening, right?
So
And
yeah,
I
this,
do think it's a little bit better now than it was then.
yes. So 10, I would say 5, 10 years ago, at least 5 years ago, when all the mumble rap was coming in, you can't tell me what's better now. It wasn't. It was more now on great producers to a point where I remember at one point I'm like, the producers should get more money than the rapper. Because if it
Mm.
wasn't for the beat, we wouldn't be listening to this stuff.
No,
And
no.
a lot of mumble rapping started to pass out. A lot of them were on drugs, and it just realized that even when J. Cole kind of caught this a couple years before. It's like you guys, no one's gonna remember this.
Yeah.
No one remembered Lil Xan and Lil Peep and these other rappers that was just like following following a trend.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that I would say 5 years ago, no, it was not better. We have some really great, talented artists now.
Yeah.
Got J. Cole and you got the Kendricks. And actually, I don't know if we want to do this maybe next episode, but I think we have like a great top 5 that we all kind of agree with.
Mhm.
And we should talk about what is you consider their worst album.
Mm.
Like what is you
worst
think
out of the goats? You
what,
mean take the goats and
even
then
for
what's the
today,
worst?
even like today's rapper, like what's Kendrick's worst album for you? What's
Mm.
J. Cole's worst album? I think we should do that
Yeah,
maybe
I
on
can do
Monday or
that. I
Wednesday.
can do that.
But
Do you think that there's more competitions? I think somebody mentioned that in a chat. Do you think there's just more people rapping, so it's a little more watered down? Whereas back in the day, you had a lot of groups and you had rappers, but now
Yeah.
it's like everybody's rapping, right? You got
Yes.
people from all over the world rapping, and
Yes.
hip hop is the #1 music genre in America. It is. So, like, do you think it's just more? So it becomes a little more watered down? Do you think that that's why
It's a
we don't look at
possibility
it like
because
back in the day?
we can make a record, right? We can rap. We can even do this with our these mics right now and upload a song to Spotify. Now, is anyone going to
Yeah.
hear it or listen to it or care?
No.
Probably not.
No.
So that's a good thing and that's a positive thing. It could be a negative thing. Yes, a lot of bad stuff is being pushed out, but a lot of people would not be discovered unless they went. We call it independent. That's this by going to SoundCloud used to be back in the day where you sold CDs out of the trunk of your car.
Mhm.
Like back in the day when you go to Times Square, it'll be rappers handing you CDs,
Yeah, you go to a
freestyling
club
in
at
front of you.
nighttime. It's
Hey,
yeah.
help me out. You give them $5, you give them a CD, you don't listen to it, but
Mhm.
you support the craft, right?
Mhm.
Now you go to check out my SoundCloud or check this out. So
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. The executives in a lot of these radio stations, they kind of run what's working. They remember, I don't know if they still have the top whatever at your radio station, your hip hop. Oh, this is the top 5
Yeah.
requested song. No, it
Yeah.
isn't. The record company paid you to play
Yep.
the same 5 songs all
Yep.
day.
Yep.
So a lot of that is corporate based. It's more corporate. And that could water down any kind of art form, right? Hollywood, everything's a remake.
Yeah.
White Man Can't Jump. It's a tons of because they're investing now and then
Yeah.
they want to return their investment. So I think the more as hip hop, like you said, is #1 genre, billions of dollars.
Mhm.
Corporate people come in and say, "Yeah, this mumbling shit is working right now. We're gonna just keep pushing that." Or
Yep.
this woman talking about her vagina, we're gonna push that. And there's other more talented people probably in the waiting wings, and they're like, "That fuck that," because we try to make money here.
Who's the chick? I saw something somewhere and I can't remember her name, but the line she's rapping is something she's rapping about her booty hole stink or booty hole something.
I remember
Do you know
seeing
who
that.
I'm you know what I'm
I
talking about?
don't know the name of it, but I remember a meme,
You saw it, yeah. And I'm
and it
thinking,
was gross.
what the fuck? Like, what is she talking about? But then on the opposite side, the girl from LSU, Flage is her maybe her name? I don't know. I sent you the thing. Anyways,
Yeah.
she's good. She's real
good.
good. Like she's talented, right? So
Yep.
there is talented artists out there making music, but unfortunately, the mainstream doesn't want to hear some of that, right? Because it's not provocative enough sometimes, or maybe they don't have a look that is appealing to the masses or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So the music is there, the talent is there, but back in the day, the people that were being pushed were also talented. And I think now the people that are being pushed either because of an agenda or because of how they look or they say something crazy, right? Whereas back in the day, I feel like the people that were being pushed a little bit that were popular were also really good.
They
So
had to
I
be
think the
good
times have changed.
because
They
it
had to
was
be
a
good.
limited amount of seats
Yeah.
at the table. Now a bunch of people, like Garden State talking about Juice WRLD and Exion. Both of Exion is extremely talented. He was like a talented dude. He
Sure,
was
sure.
weird, super weird. Uh, said
Juice
some
World
weird
was
stuff,
weird and
but
talented.
Juice WRLD was extreme. Like that dude can
Yeah.
write his ass off.
Yeah.
Um, so I understand. Like they have the ability there, and like Ice Spice or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
I can't tell you one song. I like she does a drill, and she's a thick light skinned chick.
It's just
That's it.
she has a look, and
She has a
I
look.
clearly she has some talent. Okay, she's she has some talent,
I
but
saw
it's
some
not
pictures. Yes, there's a lot
the
of talent.
the talent doesn't match the fame. Does that make sense? Like it doesn't. It for me it doesn't. But you could say that about movies, music, about other genres. The same could
Yeah,
be said for country, maybe, or pop music, or whatever. It is what it is, right? What we like as consumers is somebody to look a certain way, be a little provocative, and garner a little attention. So it's not just hip hop,
yeah.
but that's what we listen to here. So we know a little bit more about that. But you could talk about this kind of similar stuff going on in other genres as well, I think.
Yeah. Garden State, I agree. I remember we
Bro,
first
she does
talked about
not
it.
do it. She does not do it for me. I'm sorry.
Really?
No.
Let's see some pictures of her. Hold on a
No.
second.
Go ahead.
No,
Put them up. But I mean, she's not unattractive, but to
you
me,
don't like the
she's not
curly. I don't like the
attractive.
hair.
It's the
The hair.
hair.
The hair is
She's
weird.
too light skinned. Like it just doesn't.
No.
It
Oh
throws
yeah.
me
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
It throws me off. If I want
She
light
got.
skin, I'll just date a white chick. Okay. I don't like. She's like
I
too
wonder. I
light
don't know
skinned.
where she's from actually. Like her background.
She's
All right.
mixed.
Never mind.
You don't think
My
she's mixed? No.
my tap my my laptop froze.
I would assume
All right.
she's
Never
mixed.
mind.
But you'd be wrong.
Never mind. I can't keep clicking things. I may get kicked out of here. Yeah. I don't like her hairstyle.
She's
She a
Dominican.
little, she a little thick thing. It's weird when
Okay.
I saw her and Nicki Minaj twerking. I'm like, Nicki, aren't you 4 years old? Like, Jesus,
Yeah,
get it
strange.
together.
She's Dominican. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Oh, hey, listen, Dominicans, right? We like the Dominicans, right, Pedro?
Oh no, I'm Puerto Rican. No.
I didn't say you were Puerto.
No, no,
I
no.
didn't
I
say you were
said
Dominican.
you said
Oh,
we love
you guys,
Dominicans. I said
you
no.
don't.
I'm Puerto Rican.
Why
We have
you
a
guys don't
feud,
like each other? Like, like I heard,
bro.
like, what's
They
going
don't
on?
like
Is
us
it
because
mad beef?
they don't like us because we're legal and our women look better. That's
Uh,
why. Yeah.
I see some. Listen, I'll sample all those. Like I wouldn't I remember this one. I remember because I was working where I actually had like the last W-2 job. The owner was a white woman and a Mexican dude. They were married, and there was an Ecuadorian at work, and they were giving him shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you guys don't get along either. He's like, nah,
No.
we don't. Like, what? Like,
Nah,
what's
it's
going
weird.
on?
It's
It's like
weird.
gangs or
It's
something.
weird. It's strange because like Dominicans don't rock with us, but I love my Mexican brothers and sisters. Like I love my Mexican brothers and sisters, but it's just Dominicans are just a little. I don't know. It's
Do you
different.
think they're a little bit too pretty to like? Cause first of all, they cut hair amazing. When when I ever go there, they get a nice shape up.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
take care of me, and also on the side for the salons, Dominican salons, they take care of hair pretty well. So at least
Yeah,
that's all I know.
I
And their
don't
food is
know
good
if
too.
it's that because the Puerto Ricans, us Boricuas, man, we're all shades and sizes. And
That's true.
like
That's
you
true.
got me, and then I got people that are Puerto Rican that look like Hannibal. Like it's just the island of Puerto Rico is different, but Dominicans, it's more like way darker, like a cannibal, right? So
Yeah.
like it's like this thing with like Dominicans, they're always mad at us. I don't know why.
Is it a color? Is it you think it's a colorism situation?
I
I
think
know in the Latin world that's a big
if I'm
issue.
being honest, I do. I think it is a little bit of that, and it's also Puerto Ricans in America are considered like citizens, and they're not. So there's a little bit of that. Like I got some Dominican friends I have over the years, right? But like and we've had conversations about this, so it's just different, man. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't hate anybody, but like it is an ongoing thing, especially in New York. I'm sure Dominicans versus Boricuas,
Well,
like they
everyone
go
has
at it
their
about the
everyone
food,
has
the
their own
women, the
spot. Yeah,
music. Like
they
yeah,
all have their own spot. I just know like
yeah.
when Dominicans open up a barber shop, they're gonna cut hair pretty well, and they're gonna be real chill and not gonna be too expensive. And it's a good environment there. So that's why I like.
Let's
I
see.
mean,
Oh, I gotta read Nova's comment. Nova says, "I stay away from Latinas. I value my life, bro." Let me tell you something, Nova. My firstborn daughter is, gosh, will be 22 years old this year. Her mother is Mexican and black, and she's the craziest woman I've ever been with in my life. So the Latinas, man, listen, they're spicy.
Is it based on where they finally reside in America? So I'm saying like I feel
Eh,
like New York chicks are super aggressive and ready to stab you at any moment notice, no matter
well,
where they're
yeah,
from. But I feel
yeah.
like if you go to like maybe Midwest, like you where you are, or where it's more chill, I think the women are nicer. No, or it doesn't
It's,
matter.
it's in the bloodline, bro.
Is it
Nova
like
knows.
Roman?
Nova knows. It's different. Like, listen, I've dated every pretty much main race of women. I love women. I don't care if you're green. If you look pretty and you smile at me, I'll date you. But like the Latinas, man, like a black chick, a white chick, an Asian, like they'll just mess with you for a day or two. The Latinas, they let that shit linger, okay?
Yeah.
And they'll come at you and keep coming at you. So Nova's right. I just need to throw that comment out there.
The passion is too
It's
strong. It's too
strong, bro.
fire.
It's fire, bro.
So Garden State, he said, he's Puerto Rican. Some Puerto Ricans also feel the Dominicans were treated better than when they came to U.S. So that's there too. Puerto Ricans when they came to the U.S. were treated very poorly. So
Some.
it's more just history and probably
Mhm.
dumb stereotypes and
Yep, yep.
whatever your parents, your grandparents say or think.
I think so.
Unless you remove yourself from those thoughts and kind of just live your own life, you will inherit some of that. Nova Dash says Latinas are like elephants that never forget.
Bro,
That's
he's
a
so
weird,
right. He's
that's a
so
weird
right, man.
metaphor to use.
Bro, but he's right. He knows. I bet Nova's ex is probably a Hispanic woman.
Did you mess up, Pedro? Did you mess up? Is there something
Oh
for them to
yeah, I
remember? All
messed up.
right, well then
Oh, but well,
don't
yeah, but
mess up.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't make what I'm saying not true.
When you don't mess up, there's nothing you have to
We're
remember.
men. We're not all perfect like you, Hannibal.
That is
Okay,
true.
like
That's true.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. We haven't been with
uh,
the same chick since middle school.
yeah,
Okay.
I stay my own kind. You know, I mean, listen, all women are beautiful, right? Well, not all,
They are.
but
They are. They are.
not
You're
all.
right.
But Ice
As long
Spice,
as I have Hannibal's requirements are a fat ass.
well, she does, and Ice Spice fits the bill. I just don't
Yeah,
know any music from. I've listened, and it's very forgettable.
it's
She's
just
just a
mumble
drill
rap.
rapper,
It's drill rap. Yeah,
and drill rap has, I would say, we do use this word often. It's oversaturated.
yeah.
Everyone is drill rapping. And the only unique voice was Pop Smoke. He had a unique voice.
And
He knew how to write
I
a
love
hook.
me some Pop Smoke. I'm a
The dude could
big
write
Pop
a
Smoke.
song. I don't know if he
Yes,
was writing those songs, but he could write a hook.
don't care. I like his voice, his
He,
delivery, all of it.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's some other decent drill rappers. I don't throw names because you
Kanye
may not
did
know.
drill. Kanye did drill on Donda.
Yeah, that was a little. Yeah, I mean, well, when you're that good as Kanye, you can do whatever the hell you
You could
want.
do whatever you
He
want.
could do a
Right.
drill. He could do whatever. He could do mumble
True.
rap if you wanted. Like,
True. True.
but yeah, drill has become a bit annoying and is a big deal in New York City, and everyone just angry. And then the drill rap is basically like gang affiliated, so everyone's getting shot and killed. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. What was the point of this? Hip
Who
hop
knows?
is
It doesn't matter.
no.
We're good.
All right,
Yeah.
my opinion. No, it's not as best as no. It took us a couple steps back from the mumble stuff. We need another generation. We need some more years to get back to that point.
What do you think the next thing is in hip hop? What do you think the next, like? Is it the AI stuff we talked about a couple weeks ago? Like, what's the next thing?
Well, they're definitely going to figure out some legal stuff with that. You can't just take people's voices and make weird shit with it, right?
They're
Like,
gonna have. You're gonna
or you
have
got to
to.
get paid or something. I know. I remember Bruce Willis before. I forgot what the illness he has, where his body and his mind just started to go. That he signed his rights to be so his likeness could be used in AI for future movies.
Mhm.
So I'm wondering that all these celebrities will have their rights with AI voice or look, and you got to pay them for it. That's probably
Mm.
what I think it's going to be. You
So you're
can't have
saying
kind
Bruce
of
Willis signed up and he's already been paid?
yeah. He allowed his likeness to be used for movies because he's no longer able to act.
He
I forgot
can't.
what the
He has
illness he
a.
had.
I can't remember what it is either. Yeah.
Yeah, slowly he's not going. I don't know if it's not
I
dementia,
think
but
is it
something
not
related to
dementia?
that.
I think it might be something similar to that.
Something
Yeah.
similar where slowly he's not going to remember certain things. So he licensed that and probably got a good amount of money for that. So I'm guessing that's probably going to happen. But it's going to be another wave, and it may work. But the best artists will still be there. The Kanye's like the guy's just too talented. So like you'll have those, and the rappers who survive the mumble rap, there's a few that did. I'm thinking of it right now. Lil Yachty came out of mumble rap. The guy he can write songs. You may not like the kind of songs, but the guy can write
Yeah.
songs. I know you don't like Kodak Black. He's talented.
No,
He's
I think he's down. I just don't. It's
he's a
just
little
I don't
weird.
know.
He's a little
Yeah,
weird. Yeah. And he's on. He looks like he's on drugs. I think he's probably on drugs.
no, I think a lot of these guys are,
But
which
his
is
ability
unfortunate.
to write a hook, I think that what keeps Kodak Black making money. He knows how to write a hook because hooks is all you need to have. You write a hook, it's catchy, goes on the radio, you make money.
I mean, he was prevalent on the best hip hop album of this past year, this past calendar year, Kendrick Lamar. He
Yep.
did multiple things with Kendrick Lamar on that album that
He's
won
one
the
of those.
Grammy.
It reminds me a little
So
bit of like Lil Wayne. Like he looks like an alien. He doesn't look like a real person, and
yeah,
he just have a artistic, creative brain.
yeah,
And
he's
creative people can recognize that,
yeah.
even though he's
It's
on
almost
all
like
types of things.
Spectrum-ish, he's just different.
Yes,
Like, yeah,
that's
yeah.
a perfect way.
No, it's like he's
No,
honest,
no,
and I don't say that to
no,
be
negative. Yeah,
rude. I say it as actually like a compliment,
yeah,
and I think that's when you're on a spectrum somewhere, wherever spectrum you're on, like you're just a little different, and
yeah.
your brain just moves different. You think about the world different, and I think that's great. We need that. So
Yeah, Nova doesn't agree. He says talented is a stretch. The Guardian say Kodak Black used to make really conscious lyrical songs back in the day. I
Mm.
wouldn't even disagree.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know
because
what he did back in the day.
because you also, just like any content creator, you put stuff out and you may put all your thought and passion,
Yeah, nobody
and
watches.
no one gives a fuck.
Yeah,
And then you put some hood shit, and you're like, well,
I
I
love it.
need to make money from this, so I got to
Yeah.
go where people care about. So
It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. It
but
says more. I think it says more about what people are valuing,
yeah,
right? And it's always been like that, though. Think about all the crazy great art that's been done, the sculptures, this and that. People don't do that stuff anymore. Everything
yeah,
that we make that is some kind of creativity or whatever. It's like it's the popular stuff is for the masses. It's a
yeah,
clickbait. It's
perfect.
this.
Yeah,
It's a viral this, and that's okay because we do want to be entertained. There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah,
But we're definitely the technology and the way that we receive information and at the speed that we receive it has watered everything down because
that's
we
a,
have to make content in a quicker way so it doesn't
yeah,
allow us to think
absolutely.
about it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And I think on some level we're all guilty of it, and it is what it is. It doesn't make it negative or bad. It's just the way the world's shifting. So,
yeah. That's a perfect way of putting it together. The TikTok world,
mhm.
we look at a piece of content and we just move on to the next one and then move on
Yeah,
to the next one. And then the quality is missing because we're in a rush to produce as fast as possible. I mean, you have done 5 lives today, so you know
yep.
exactly.
It's
But you do it for
absolutely,
but you're doing it for the
absolutely,
love of the
yeah.
game. I don't know if you're doing it for like I
No,
gotta.
I like it. I enjoy it.
Yeah,
No, I genuinely do enjoy the rush. I enjoy that. I enjoy content creation. I enjoy
yeah,
failing. I enjoy having something that's good. I like both
right,
equally the same. So for
yeah,
me, I'm part of that though. I understand that I'm part of that issue, right?
yeah,
But for me, I try to look at like the positive in the issue. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna do something and try something different, or try to just do this, right? Try to be, give something to somebody that's relatable, and maybe I make one person out of 200 feel something, and I can live with that, right?
right,
I don't need everybody to understand it,
yeah,
but it's the content creation just is so quick that when you're in it, you're just trying to keep up,
yes,
and that is where we've never seen that happen before. Because if you think about all the content or art that was made 50 years ago, 100 years ago, several hundred years ago, they weren't thinking about I need to get this done today. They
oh
were
no,
thinking I just need
they
to
took
get
their
this.
time,
Yeah,
man.
there's like I just need to get it done,
Yeah,
and it's going to take what it takes, and it'll stand the test of time.
yeah,
We're not living in that age anymore, so
yeah. And hopefully, once, and also it's all about trying to get that part where you become so comfortable where you have enough space where you can put 100% into some kind of piece
yeah,
of content that you know is extremely important because you have the bills paid because you've worked and put all this stuff together, to get to this
Bingo.
point. So
Yes,
that's
yes,
always a
yes.
good thing.
That
Um,
to me, that what you just said is what I'm trying to go through, right?
right.
I try to we talk about hip hop here, right? And we talk about like think about the songs you've loved over the time that a radio station was paid to play, let's say, because you used
Yeah.
an analogy earlier.
Yeah.
That's the side A. That is what gets the people in.
Right.
It's a catchy beat. It's a cool tune. It's vibing. Blah blah blah. You play it in your car. For me, there's value in that because it allows people to see the side B, and the side B is a real shit. It's the important stuff.
Yeah.
That is what somebody's going to listen to in their car after they flip over that cassette, the CD. Oh, I kind of like this, but then that's what's going to stand the test of time long term as far as like this was really good. It's on the side B, not the side A,
That's
for
what's up.
me, right?
Yeah.
So for me, like that's how I kind of equate content.
Yeah. I feel you. I feel you. John, liked your setup in your car. Actually, whatever you bought, let me know because I'm
Bro,
about
that
to go to the Burlington Co Factory.
$4.99, best investment I've made all year.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
Yeah.
And Garden State's in the Hot 97. We're looking at you. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure they're notorious of getting paid, which makes sense. I'm running a radio station, and why wouldn't I tell the record company, "Oh, you want me to play your shit? Give
Yeah.
us money."
Right.
I
Right.
mean, you gotta run this radio station. It's not. We can't just be playing music for you. It's all about advertisement and whoever they're gonna pay. So it makes sense.
It
But
does.
I like what you're talking about. We could transition to the Bud Light situation
Yeah, let's get into it.
about marketing to the masses and what will happen if you're trying to market to a certain group. So
Yeah.
things are not going too well for Bud Light. So let me see if I can find some of this stuff. So beer distributors are sticking by Bud Light, but they are a little bit concerned. And obviously, Anheuser-Busch is trying to quell some of that, saying that, trying to dispel potential retail misconception about the um,
Yeah.
Mulvaney campaign, as Dylan Mulvaney, the transgender woman that's supposed to be basically a spokesperson for Bud Light. Right now, the sales have fell 17% in the week ending April 15th compared to the same week in 2022. And the rival Coors Light and Miller Lite grew 18%. So I know we talked about this, and you thought that this is probably a way to get new, younger, and I think I saw that too. Reading they're trying to get younger group,
Yeah.
and I still think it was a misstep. I think they should not. You should still try to be Bud Light should be the big massive. Try to get everyone to drink the shit.
I mean, it's the
Not
mainstream beer. It's
yeah.
the number one mainstream beer in America.
So
Yeah.
trying to jump so heavy in, like, because you saw, I mean, I know these are very smart people who are running these companies. You saw how toxic and everyone's fighting each other off this whole
Mm-hmm.
transgender thing.
Mm-hmm.
Why they thought that was a good idea to jump in, I just didn't understand it. And the conservative, the right is just giving them a lot of shit, shooting again. Are most of them drinking the beer? I don't know. Maybe they were. Like, did Bud Light mistake and realize that most of the right and conservative people drink the shit and you pissed them all off? Like, what do you think of? Like, what you think? Do you think it's still long term good idea, or you think there is some missteps? Like, what do you think now, since
Mm.
they are losing some money and Coors Light is coming, reaping the benefits from it.
I think I could definitely see that it could have been a misstep in the interim, in the short term. I still believe long term they're going to be fine. I think
Yeah.
we as a society like things and hang on to things only for a small glimpse of time. I think somebody else will do something silly and it'll be it's
Right.
already kind of fading, I think, in my opinion, on even on social media and stuff. It'll be the next topic and then it'll be forgotten.
Yeah.
I think that what's interesting to me is so many people got so mad and cried about it and so offended for nothing, in my opinion. I think a lot of people look at stuff and they're like, though this is an agenda, and it's like, oh my God, this is horrible. It's the worst thing. And it's really not. It's an influencer. And you can have whatever beliefs you want and you're entitled to those. But like I think a lot of people, so if we're gonna say Bud Light misstepped, I think a lot of people that reacted in a way also misstepped. right? So two wrong, you can't do a wrong with a wrong,
Yeah.
right? And for me, it's like very silly that people overreacted on either side the way that they did. I've
I
had
think
conversations with
yeah.
people that were like very pro Bud Light after this and were very happy. And they were like, well, now if you don't drink Bud Light, you can't even talk to me. Duh. And I've had conversations with people that were like, if you drink Bud Light, you can't talk to me. It's so emotional
Right.
that it's silly. It's a
Yeah.
beer. Okay. And if you're going to drink Coors Light now, Coors Light has actually been part of the LGBT community longer than Bud Light has. The issue is the transgender part. That's where I think people get like, okay, now we like discrediting women because he's not a woman, he's a man, but is he a man? What is a woman? Like that's where it gets a
And
little
that's
murky.
that's a really very very it's a battle with
It's a
that.
battle.
And
It's a
that's why I say it's a misstep, because I'm wondering, did Bud Light understand how toxic and aggressive this argument is?
it
It's
is.
not just a light thing. People are really, really upset about it. John Billen says that with any controversy nowadays, it takes until the next company or person does something bad. Which, yeah,
Exactly. Yep.
obviously.
Yeah.
Um, many people think there's an agenda for kids to be exposed to more
Yeah.
transgender content or transgender ideals.
Yeah.
Now, me personally, if you're an adult, I don't care. I really don't care. Do what you want as an adult. New York City, they're all over the place. You could tell it's pretty obvious sometimes. Um, I've worked with them. I've hired them. One hated
Yeah.
me. One was nice, and then just stopped working. I hope he's all right. But anyway, um, but a lot of people, especially a lot of right wingers and conservatives, they think it's targeting children.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the beer, because children can't drink beer, but
Children
they
can't
think
drink beer. Yeah.
somehow, Bud Light, by saying an adult who chose to be a woman is spokesperson, somehow is going after the family. How?
Yeah.
Children can't drink the beer.
Yeah.
But they're like, by co-opting, by even drinking the beer, I'm supporting the agenda.
Yeah.
It's all right. Let's say if you don't watch a lot of TV,
I don't.
but there's a lot of commercials, and there's a lot of interracial couples in all the commercials now.
Hmm.
It's actually very odd considering it didn't happen before. Which is, even if there's some couples who like, that chick wouldn't talk to him. And I'm not gonna go who would not, because I
Do you
don't want to
think
get
they
in
were
trouble.
stepping? Do you think because for so long in this country, and I'm gonna say it because I don't give a fuck. For so long in this country, a lot of people were not being shown, right?
Yeah,
Whether
yeah,
it's
yeah,
do
yeah.
you think that because of that we've overreached
Yeah, it's
to
like
compensate? Is that what you know what
it's
I'm saying?
like all right.
Yeah,
This is
I see that.
too.
I
It's
see
it's
that.
it's so it's not natural. It's not organic. It's just
Yeah,
so over the top. And I think that's where I think, yeah, you made a great point. Everyone's going a little bit over one spot said next, right? So, do I think children should be deciding their gender? No. I'll say right now, no, I do not think an 8-year-old can decide if they're going to. Oh, I'm.
I couldn't agree with you more on that. Yeah,
So, and that's a thing. That's a big battle. People are really
it's
upset. They think of, if a 4-year-old says I'm a boy now and they're a girl, you gotta follow that.
yeah.
Children are stupid. No, I don't have to follow a damn thing,
Well,
because we're
children don't know what they don't know. So our
exactly.
role as parents is to lead them and to have a tough conversation and to
Yes.
say, "No, that's not right. I'm an adult. You're
Yeah.
going to listen to me." Like I'll do
Yeah.
that with my kid all day, right?
Yeah.
But it's also like, where's the care in a young boy that is a certain age? It's like, I'm gay, let's say, or I want to be a girl, or like, how do you, yeah, I don't know. I've never been a parent that had to deal with that. So it's a very tough subject.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, this is Bud Light. It's a grown ass man that decided he wanted to be a woman.
And that's
Th-
I don't
I
care.
don't care.
I
Like,
don't care.
that's not, you know what I'm saying? For me, it's like, you're an adult. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I'm not offended, and I'm not going to stop drinking a beer because Bud Light teamed up
Yeah.
with an influencer. That's just how
Yeah.
I look at it. And for me, when I look at grown ass men shooting bottles of Bud Light and running over them with their cars and their trucks, and it's like it screams insecurity to me. It just does,
Or the
right?
clicks and views too.
It's yeah, it
You
is
know,
also clicks and views. We're talking about
they
content,
want to,
but it's
yeah,
just it's very sad. And I think a lot of people, because of the content that is being pushed out, they just want to make content to push their ideology, and it's very
oh
sad.
yes,
You know, and it's
yes.
just like nobody wants to like listen and have a real conversation. Everybody just wants to be right without actually listening to somebody else's perspective. And it's unfortunate in my
I
opinion.
mean, we're getting into the presidential elections. People,
Yeah.
Biden already he says he's going to rerun. It's going to get nastier, nastier. It's
It's
basically a gang fight. It's no one's really listening to each other. It's all about who's right. This is my side, and it's. I mean, I don't know if you noticed what happened with Fox News. They fired Tucker
I did.
Carlson.
I did.
CNN
Fox
fired
Fox
Don
News
Lemon.
got dragged, bro. They've had a bad week.
It was really, really bad considering they want to label people fake news and they just basically paid $1 billion to a company that wasn't worth
Yep.
$1 billion to basically say that, yeah, we kind of fucked up. And it's like, well, then
Yep.
why would I listen to anything you're saying? I stopped watching all of it a while ago. Stop watching all the big network stuff. I watch YouTube. At least, you
Listen,
know
so do
why?
I. And the
You know why?
BBC. I would rather watch the BBC or NPR News than CNBS, NBS, CNN, Fox News. I don't watch any of that shit. None of it.
I rather you tell me what your bias is. So I'll watch the Daily Wire. I'll listen to Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh. They already let me know they're conservative. There
Yeah.
isn't a. They're not saying we're very balanced. Like no. I'm
Yeah.
conservative. I like
Yeah.
watching Breaking Points. There's a conservative and a liberal. They're talking and they can actually have a conversation with each other. Have debates.
Hmm.
I'll check out those because at least they let me know what it is compared to corporate media,
Yeah.
which is Fox News is a corporate media. Now, if they really felt like
100%.
they were honest, they should fight the damn case. It was the first day of court, and they already settled
Yeah.
and gave them
Well, you
almost
know
$1 billion.
why? In my opinion, I think because there was more and that was there that
Yes,
they do not want to be out.
yes, and
So
it
I
shows.
think
What
what
kind
we
of
have to
news is that?
understand is, yeah, the Fox News and the CNBC and
Yeah,
MSNBC,
MSNBC. Yeah,
they're more similar than they are
oh,
not alike.
110%,
Okay, so they're more
110%.
similar. They're all about the money agenda. They don't
Keep people
care about
mad.
any
Keep
of
people
us to keep people mad and to
emotional.
keep
Yes.
people uneducated and emotional. And for me, for me, it's like, do you fight the fight, or do you just say, you know what, I'm just going to take care of my circle, and I've decided I'm just going to take care of the people around me.
Well,
I ain't
yeah.
listening. I'm not listening to the clowns. I'm not listening to Tucker Carlson, and I don't even, you mentioned Ben Walsh and Matt Shapiro. I've watched some of their stuff because I think you have to watch the things that you don't understand. But
Yeah.
I'll watch Trevor Noah, and I'll watch Jon Stewart, and I'll watch other people. And I think you have to
You get a
understand. You have
balance.
to, yeah, you
Everyone
have to,
has some good points. I think Ben
yeah,
Shapiro has some good points. Matt Walsh
yes,
has some good points, and you can tell from their background. At least they're not lying to you. They're not saying we're fair and balanced. They're
true.
conservative. They're anti. They have Christian values. And Ben Shapiro is Jewish. They're not into abortion at all.
No,
They're not lying to you.
they're not
They're not.
into to any of that.
They're
Yeah,
not
any of
into
the
that.
left stuff. But then, like, you
Yes.
can't go. For me, you can't go too far one way.
Yeah.
You have to have understanding and empathy for other human beings,
Yeah.
right? And where they're coming from and why they're doing what they're doing. There isn't a cookie cutter, and there shouldn't be, because we're all different. We come from different backgrounds. We come from different perspectives. There shouldn't be, I read this book and this is everything in this book. I'm just going to follow that. Well, you know what? Somebody else didn't read that book and they don't believe in that. So there shouldn't be such a divide, but
Yeah.
everything's about that, unfortunately. So,
But I think going back to the idea of social media and looking at your analytics, it's a news station. They look at the numbers, and when we talk about this and we use this kind of words and we use this kind of emotion, this is how much money we can generate. And I
mhm.
think we all kind of fall into that as
Yeah.
content creators. Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro knows if they are waffly, like they waffle on any subject, it won't work and
Yeah.
they won't have this much of a successful video. Pedro,
Yeah.
did you drink too much? Are you dropping things?
No, my phone. My phone is up against.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying, you want
I'm
some
good.
water? Want some
You
water?
got some? You're gonna send me some from New York, from Brooklyn? You gonna send me some
New
bottled
York
water?
has really good tap water. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't drink that shit.
No,
But they keep
I'm
saying
good.
how good the water is because it makes good pizza because we have the best pizza.
I will say this. So we have the last few weeks we've been showing our things that we're drinking.
How it tastes?
I will finish. It's pretty good, actually. It's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Natty Daddy. That's
What do
a
you think? Yeah.
weird. It tastes like nat. Is it it's natural light? I don't know
Yeah,
what the
that's what I was
nat.
like. Why'd you get that one, man? Like that's like
I thought it was a different flavor. I thought it was
black
something
guys.
different.
Hold up, black guys don't drink natural light, Hannibal. I'm sorry.
Oh, listen. Well,
No, no.
you hear me. You hear me talking. You hear me. You've been around me. I'm used. I drink a lot of
I don't
natural
know.
lights
I
in
don't
my
know
life.
what that. I don't know where to go with that. So I'm gonna
Going
stop. I'm
going
gonna
to
stop.
dive bars
I'm gonna
and you
stop.
get the beer and shot combo. They give you a natural light and give you a shot for $5. Well, probably now $7 or $10 now. It gives you a natural light with some bottom shelf like whiskey, probably some Evan Williams or some,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
even for $7, that's a steal,
Oh
man.
yeah, you
That's a
do three or
steal.
four of those. You start
You
arguing
get
with your
loose a little
friends.
bit for $7. That's
Yeah,
great. What are you
try to
talking
talk to the
about?
hot chick in the bar. She turned down because
She
you said something
ignores you.
stupid. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever.
I'm
That's
sorry.
her
I'm sorry.
loss.
I'm sorry. Her loss. Does she look like Ice Spice? Did
See,
you
I
get
don't.
shut down by a really fair skinned Afro chick? Is that what happened?
It's been a minute. It's been because the spots I would go to, I love dive bars.
Mm.
And dive bars in New York City, they're not playing drill rap. They're not playing it. They're
No,
playing
no.
music. They're playing
Yeah.
music and I have to tap like my white friend. I'm like, yo, what's playing? And then they get mad because like, I don't know. Like, oh, I thought you
Mumford
would
and
know.
Sons.
Hey, I
It's-
listen to some Mumford and Sons. At least the begin. I don't know when they first came out. I don't know what they
That's
are right
funny.
now. But
That's funny.
all right, guys, we're running out. We're running out of steam. I gotta drink the rest of this natty daddy over here.
Easy
But
Rider says anybody with taste buds shouldn't drink natty ice.
it
Wow.
tastes like water. Like, it's like a really light. Like I don't know. It's not.
Yeah.
Listen, what was the last thing I drank last time? That was terrible. What
No,
was
you
that?
drank a Four Loco on Monday.
Don't drink Four Locos. They're not good
I'll say
at
this.
all.
So on this stream, we've had a Natty Daddy, we've had a Voodoo Ranger, we've had a Old English, and a Four Loco. I'll say
nice.
this:
Yeah.
out of the four, I think this is the best one.
Yeah.
Just yeah. I think
I'm gonna maybe I'll drink a Steel Reserve on Monday.
oh golly.
Yeah.
If you come with Steel Reserve, I'm gonna get something real trash. I'm gonna get something like Mad Dog or something like that.
Easy
I'm
Rider
gonna get
says
that.
it tastes like water with acid. In it.
Depends on the ass.
Yeah. I'm okay.
Another
I drank too much.
conversation.
I
For
was about to say something.
another
I'm not.
conversation for another
Yeah,
day.
that's probably not. I mean,
We're getting in Hannibal's wheelhouse right now. Let's not get him too excited. Okay, we're getting in his wheelhouse. Everybody listening on the
I'm getting
audio
too
podcast.
comfortable.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Hannibal
say
just
something.
yeah. If
and
you're
then
listening on
like,
an audio podcast, Hannibal just blushed. He's a black man. He
yeah,
blushed.
I'm gonna start talking about some things, and that's
Yeah.
I'll talk to Pedro about it later.
Don't talk to me about it.
Okay, whatever. But yeah, won't go into that. Anyway, thank you guys for coming through.
Fun times, yeah.
By Monday, we'll probably see even the playoff picture. Well, I gotta start betting, man. I stopped betting. I got at least I got a few dollars in my FanDuel account.
Listen, I want to keep my money. I ain't betting right now because
you don't know what, right?
I just you think you know, but you don't know.
I'm going.
Right now, look,
Suns
the Heat
championship,
are up by
man.
2. I said the Bucks are going to win, right? The Heat are up by 2. No, it's the third quarter. It's early, but
I still got the Bucks.
And the Warriors are up by 6. I mean, who knows?
Warriors, but you thought was gonna win that game, the Warriors and the Kings.
Well, I had the Warriors winning the series, but the Kings were at home, so I tend to lean toward the home crowd in NBA. The home is a big deal,
especially
right?
playoffs. Yeah,
especially playoffs.
Definitely.
So I tend to lean towards that, but I mean, who knows? We'll see.
We'll see. We'll definitely talk about it on Monday. Thank you guys for checking us out another night. Be good out there. Have a great weekend. We'll see you guys on Monday. Peace.